What's good, YouTube? Dre here with Different Gaming. Just got back from YCS Richmond literally like 20 minutes ago. Got my stuff in, settled down, got my deck together. Um, got this participation mat, 300 YCS. I got it signed by Yu-Gi-Oh! Fresh off the marketplace. Shout out to him. Shout out to Simon He. Shout out to Distant Coder. Thank y'all for signing the mat. Um, really been wanting to get them to sign. But YCS Richmond was a very fun experience. Um, I'll probably make one change to the deck, but other than that, the deck performed very well. My opponent just had more, and Shifter is a card. So, round one, my opponent was on Radiant Typhoon, but he signed up for both. Um, he signed up for both Genesis and for um the main event. And he wasn't sure what he wanted to do. So when he got to the table, he was like, "Yeah, dude, I'm about to drop because I'm about to do Genesis." I was like, "Okay." So we started off XO. Round two, I played against Dracotail Magistus, Witchcrafter. That was a very interesting deck, very unique deck. I really loved that deck. We were close to going in time, but he ended up giving me the win because I had good follow up and I had game one. Round three, I played against Sky Striker. We went to game three. I made a wrong call that cost me the game. If I would have called by my opponent's Ash, I would have been 2-0 at that point, but that's when I lost my first one. Round three was the mirror match. He was on the branded variant. A very grindy match. We went all the way to game three. Evenly matched. Was very very strong. To bait out one of the stronger cards that he had set up. Then round four, round four, I played against Vanquisho K9, lost, Shifter carry. Round five, I played against the mirror match, um, lost. Round six, played against a K9 Vanquisho. Like I was still X3, so I was still in it. Like if I would have stayed X3, I would have kept going. But as soon as I lost to the next K9 Vanquisho, I was just like, yeah, no, I'm out. I forgot to drop. I went to my next opponent, and he was on Vanquisho K9, so just played it out for fun, gave him the win. Then went and networked as much as I could, get signatures before I left or before everybody else left because people were starting to leave. But I played Magistus Drake Hotel. My ending record was 3-4. I know I still got my coins. Where is me coin? There it is. Honestly, I know I had my coin. Yeah, on top of the playmat, you got a dice or a die and a little 300th YCS die. They had this one, which is a common one. Then they had the sparkly one. And then, of course, when you pre-register, you get a coin. And we actually pulled good this time. Excuse me. Yeah, so the last coin we got was the pumpkin for the remote YCS. And next time we pulled the gold Mookie Mookie. So really happy for that. Didn't come home empty handed. Got the coin, got the die, got the playmat. Wish I could have topped, but that'll be for next year. To go over the list. I did make changes from the previous list that I did, and I'll go over those changes when they come up. We got three Lucius, three Phimena, two Urgula, one Pan. Ooh, that glare is terrible. Some of the cards up. Here we go. One Pan, one Frixel, one Malulu. The only thing that I probably would change is up Urgula to three. Pan it was okay. Like I would just needed it whenever I needed it. And then when it was engraved, I had Frixel or Lucius set up engraved or Malulu set up engraved, especially something. But that would be the only thing that I would change in the monster lineup is just one more Urgula out for the spells. One Key two, three Rahu, and the traps very standard. Rahu, oh my God, Rahu. Like Rahu was just phenomenal when I played. Opening Rahu plus P2 plus engine able to play. That was so good. And then the cards that I played on the side deck to pair with post side. Oh, it was so wonderful. For the Magistus engine, three Spinta, one Zoroa, one Crowley. Uh, I probably opened Crowley twice throughout the 7 rounds that I played, so it wasn't bad. Really came in clutch. For the little branded package that I'm playing. One Albaz, two Cartesia, one Incredible, and then two Fallen and the Virtuous. I was not playing the Fallen. The Fallen literally does the same thing that I want the deck to do. Long story short, there's just it's extra steps. But I did make one change. Like I said, I'm not playing Fallen of the White Dragon. In my opinion, it is a good card. Do not get me wrong. That's actually how I lost one of my mirror matches. My opponent held on to the Fallen of the White Dragon and used that for the last push. So this definitely worked out. Um, Albaz definitely I used clear boards. Cartesia was phenomenal when I opened it. Incredible Ecclesia was good when I opened it. Fallen and the Virtuous, mm, no explanation there. For hand traps, 3 Ash, 3 Perulia. 3 Fua, 2 Perulia, 2 Ghost Mourner, and then 2 Ghost Veil. Hand trap lineup was phenomenal. Ghost Mourner definitely caught people off guard, especially in the mirror match. Stopping the Arthalion add back was very strong. Of course, the Ghost Veil was very strong in the mirror match. One of my mirror matches, I resolved Fua, and then I drew into another Fua, and they both resolved. And I ended up with 9 cards in hand and able to push through my opponent's board. And then for the last card, I played 42. It was Called by the Grave. Called by the Grave overperformed this weekend. Called by the Grave was really good. Um, like Called by the D Shifter in one of my matches. Um, I didn't win that one because he ended up resolving Fua, and my hand was just like pure gas. Besides the Kalba, um, I used Kalba against the Sky Striker matchup, and I could have called by the Ash that he asked me on, but I thought like I just took a quick glance, and I'm like, okay, well, if he ashes the line, then I have Femina in hand. When I glance, I just looked. I'm just like, okay, I see Starlight. I see Starlight EU. Now, if I would have had one of my Ultra Luciuses, I would have been able to just fall by. But I just made a terrible call and thought that I could play through the Ash because that's all my opponent had. So I'm like, okay, if I could play through this, still set up, then I should be able to secure the win. For the extra, we play one Artemis, one Zeroa, the Magistus Conflagrant Calamity, one Chorizo, one Aeolus, one Invoke Magistus Omega, and then one Zeroa Diffusion. This is what I did, what I used for the Magistus lineup for the extra deck. I used every single card. Even in testing, these were the ones that I was using the most. AUS caught people off guard. I even summoned Chorizo against my Vagroso K9 matchup, and he attacked, and I was actually able to bounce the rosin back to hand. I kept him off Holly Sue for as long as possible, and I just had no more. For For the Draco tail, I did two Arthur Lion, one Guillemille. I really didn't miss the third Arthur Lion, just because it's very easy to put one back after you use one. I mean, you can use itself to put it back, Secretary on and shuffle it back. So I really didn't miss the third one. I'll definitely be getting the new one. The new one did come up a couple times, so I'll probably end up getting the new fusion. I'm going to get it regardless. Chaos Star Source Secretarion, Secretarion definitely came in clutch for the mirror match. Waited for my opponent to use Malulu and Pan, and then I just save the fight mana to go Secretarion to where they're just locked out. Made Chaos Source, I think, once or twice. Uh, Definitely helped me be able to push forward. For the small branded package that I'm playing Albion, the dragon that devours the dogma, Abilenius. Abilenius came in clutch during testing. And in one of my mirror matches, my opponent just left everything on field. And then I went main phase and it's contact fuse, special summon, and attack. Because I knew they had horn, so I wanted them to horn this and waste it so I can play with my other cards. Went into Dragon that Devours the Dogma like probably 5 times. Like this card is really, really good. Albion never went into it. I actually had a time where I could go into it, but I went into Dogma instead. And for the last card that I made the change before this weekend was Ecclesia of the Dark Dragon. Um, like I said, you don't need the you don't 1,000% need the Falling of the White Dragon. The Falling of the White Dragon just is an extender, helps you push more and helps you go into your synchros more. Just turbos out Cartesia or Fallen to Albaz. You could do the same exact thing with this list. I did it this weekend, and that's how I actually won one of my mirror matches because I went into Ecclesia, and my opponent thought that I was going to go into um the the Zoroa negate, but I went this effect banish, brought out Cartesia because I had Lucius in hand. So if you do decide to play this list and you don't want to get Fallen or the White Dragon, but you know for a fact you can spend the money to get this, then yes, get that. For the side deck, one nib, the respect combo decks. I think I sided it like once or twice, and I didn't see it. Two Dro sided it in, I think once or twice, and it actually won me a match. Two two Lancia for Malice, Orcus. Um, it even slows down the branded Draco Tail because they can't Ecclesia banish. Two droplets, two double cyclone. I sided outside of them, Droplet almost every matchup, and Droplet overperformed this weekend. Like I'll probably end up bumping this up to three. Two double cyclones, sided them in once, or actually each mirror match, and I just didn't see it. Uh, two Dragons Mind, Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment definitely would have came in. Well, did come in clutch. Sky Striker matchup because he went Exercise Night, and I had to Solemn Judgment it, but he just had Sky Striker cards to play with, and I didn't have anything else. And then the last three cards evenly match. Each time I sided evenly match and I saw it, I was winning. Like evenly match put my opponent behind so much, and I just use one card to out a bunch of cards, and I get the full combo. One of my mirror matches is actually what happened. I evenly matched and he dragon minded, and then I was just able to push through the rest of the board. But I'll make a few changes. I'll definitely be doing some other stuff. Shout outs. Shout out to Hidden Hood of Discord and Vibes. They're my bros, my teammates, my test partners. Shout out, shout out to my homeboy, Pop Wrestler, Nick. Shout out to my boy Yo Cal. Shout out to Collectibles. Like anytime I need a card, I hit up Cam from Collectibles, and 8 times, it's not 9.9 times out of 10, he has the cards that I need. So he like big shout out to Cam at Collectibles. Shout out to the guys at Collectibles. Shout out to my wifey who supported me to go on this trip. I honestly wasn't about to go, and then she she kind of encouraged me to go. So thank y'all for the continued support. I'm going to get something for this playmat because I'm keeping this playmat forever. To be honest, I want to get it. This will be my remote playmat. It will be protected. Again, shout out to Fresh Off the Market, Fresh Off the Press. Shout out to Distant Coder. Shout out to Simon He. Simon He's one of the reasons why I decided to do competitive Yu-Gi-Oh. When I seen him, it was funny because he was just shocked that I asked him to if he could sign the map because he doesn't play anymore, but he just doesn't know until I told him, you know, you're one of the reasons why I got into competitive. You are one of the reasons why I play Chaos Agents because of you. But it was a great weekend. Um, I won't be doing any more big events. I'll be focusing on some priorities that I want to get done this year. So next year I can do some better stuff. I'll probably try out Pokemon because Pokemon has a good turnout. But for the main part, I have some personal stuff that I want to get done this year. Um, along with that, with my future wife. So definitely be back next year, and we'll definitely be bringing home titles next year, like without a doubt. So continue to stay different. I love y'all. Thank y'all for y'all continued support. And until next time, peace.